Do you have a secret hunch on how you will die?
Oh, no, but cancer's a big one.
Is it okay to get a prenup?
You should.
You should?
Yeah, I mean, we are.
First time hearing this.
You definitely. How's your week?
How's my week? Good. I was sick for the first time in a while, and when you get sick after not being sick, I feel like for almost a year.
It's like a restart.
You feel how like you take just being normal, like the baseline normal, for granted, and then when you get sick, like you can't, like your throat. I couldn't breathe out my nose, and then I couldn't breathe out my mouth because my throat.
Breathe?
Yeah, so it's like weird because like you think that you're gonna die, and then in the back of your head you're like, I'm not gonna die from the sickness, am I? Like, because if we're during the night, I was like had to have my mouth open while I was breathing, so I was a little worried for a little bit. But then in the back of my head, I'm like, this is not how I die.
It's not taking me out.
No, but
my week's good. Thanks for asking.
Oh, well, how's your week? Sorry.
I mean, it's pretty good. I'm trying to get stuff around the house situated. I took some blinds down, put up a few fall decorations. Your sickness, and then I'm trying to be consistent with my morning routine, even if it's slower on like my days off because I'm exhausted. But and just like show up to the gym and what I want to do every single morning.
Yeah, I still need. We've been consistent, but I still need to work out today. So if I don't work out, actually, I didn't work out yesterday when I was sick. So technically,
I don't even.
That's a good excuse.
There is no. I mean, especially if you miss a day, we have such good. Miss a day, do a workout, and do a run in the same day. It's like not that big of a deal.
No, yeah, exactly.
But also, your sickness took me out. That was terrifying. I also, it got me thinking how like I would probably be terrified if like Odin got like terribly sick, and we had no idea what to do, and we were like rushing to the vet. Like when you opened your mouth, his uvula was swollen. So like when you opened your mouth, I probably shouldn't have screamed when you looked worried, but I screamed.
I didn't notice you scream.
Yeah, I like screamed a little bit because it was huge. I've never seen a uvula that big. And it wasn't even like on Google. It didn't even look the same. Like it looked so much smaller on Google. So I like freaked out, went to the store in my pajamas, got lemon
for a second,
ginger.
I thought I was like having an allergic reaction.
Yeah, I was freaking out.
That
was
fun.
fun.
Things are not playing as loud, so it's a little weird too listening because I can only hear through one ear. But okay, so we have a juicy questions again this week. But the reason why I was trying to change the subject earlier is because my first sight on the questions, my eye caught to this question, and it kind of was related to how I was saying I felt like I was going to die. The first question is, do you have a secret hunch on how you will die? That's a weird question. Like, do you have a feeling how you're going to die? Do you? You seem like you do.
I used to have one. I wouldn't say I do now, but I used to. And I always would be like dying in some sort of crash, like a car crash or a plane crash or train crash or something.
Yeah.
But that also terrified me. So I tried to tell myself over and over that no matter what you expect, cause I think I was fearful. It was when I saw a car accident. So I think I was like fearful, and I made myself believe that that's the way I was going to die. But I feel like you shouldn't think about it that much. Or you drive yourself insane.
So this is my thought. Like I always thought like I could die of like all these different types of things. But then you also have to look at the average life expectancy is like 70 something. So I'm like, okay, if that's the average, at least I feel like I could get through life without an accident happening of me living to that.
I also feel like cancer's going to take me.
Yeah, but then it could be at like 70 or 80 that it takes you. I'm just hoping that I can get to the average. Like I feel like I'm healthy enough to get to like 100s and 90s.
I like really want to live like
the problem
95.
is the problem is you have to like worry about other people. Like, like you said, a car accident. Like what if you're just driving through an intersection, some dumbass just
swipes you.
Yeah.
But you can't be like fearful. I feel like, I don't know. You can't be fearful of death. You can. I know people are afraid of death.
Well,
and,
I was
leave
like
their
last
house.
night in my back of my head, I'm like, dang, if I like fall asleep and I like choke, can you choke on your throat? Like I was like,
I literally was like, I don't think you should be napping. I didn't even leave the house when you were napping because I was like, what if he dies? I kept coming upstairs and feeling your neck. Did
so
you
you're
feel
also
that?
not a good person to like be sick around because like every time you think sick, you think you're gonna die. So like having someone like that take care of you makes you think you're gonna die.
I did a good job. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I know, but like you didn't like oh you're gonna be okay. You're like okay, we need to do this.
No, dude, I was
like you're in ER mode.
like I'm no nurse at all. You're gonna be great. I love you, babe.
Yeah,
no,
You're like thinking about we need to get this settled.
I was like, you gargle. I was like, get it together. Like this is dangerous, bad. Oh no, but cancer is a big one too. I always think of I always think of cancer. I always think cancer is gonna get me, and that's
too.
probably the only and biggest one.
I think that about it a lot.
I think about it all the time. I'll be like in the grocery store and being like, "Ooh, I want a sweet." Let me like stop, and then I'm like,
"That's a good thing."
I'm like, dude, if I get another sweet, like I might get.
Well, there's this guy I follow that has terminal brain cancer of some sort, and he's like doing this. He's like gained like 600,000 followers because he's trying to raise the most money in the world. He's like off to like break the most money raised record before he dies of cancer, and he was given 4 or 5 years to live. And like following him makes you like inspired, but it also was like, dang, like what if I was given 4 to 5 years to live? Like
what would you do? No, let's say it's 1 year.
I feel like 5 years is weird because it's like doesn't seem far away, but it's not that long.
5
at the
years,
same time. Like he's coming up on like almost like a year until he has like.
You're like, I don't know. 5 years is annoying. Like, that's like a big countdown.
Yeah,
like,
it's
you
like
can make a calendar.
Like
that
I would
big,
almost
throw it on
want
the
to
wall.
just. I'd rather just be like, yo, you have a couple days to live than like 5 years almost, because then I would a couple days would be hard, but maybe like a couple months. Or a year?
Depending on what headspace.
5 years?
I probably would start off as like I might kill myself. Sorry, like
because
in the
terminal
beginning,
means you can't fix it, right?
Yeah, in the beginning, or like, and then I feel like my mindset would change and be like, let me just live my life to the fullest and like make peace with it. But I feel like, I mean, I've always thought of this. I would literally just drop everything and move to somewhere on the water and just like chill for a while.
I would just travel places.
You travel. I mean, if you have money, you don't get money because you're gonna die.
I guess not. I mean, I would raise money for myself.
You could just like
GoFundMe.
blow every single. Yeah, you could just blow everything and do it that way. But then I'm like, what if you don't? What if they had a cure? Now you broke. They can save you in year 4.
Yeah. It's just so
That'd be
crazy
so
how we don't
annoying.
have I don't know, the ability to save every type of cancer, like, you know. But then there's that
still
whole
getting
conspiracy
those.
that like, oh, they don't solve it because it's cheaper, you know.
I
cheaper.
mean, conspiracies are almost always true.
All right, next question. This one's a kind of a juicy couple question.
Is it?
Yeah, well, is it okay to get a prenup in a marriage?
I feel like you should.
You get a prenup?
You should.
You should?
Yeah, I mean, we are.
Yeah.
Well, also, I mean, I think of it, but like besides the money and everything, money is always involved. But I feel like you should definitely do it for your kids. Like, I know you want to have kids. I'll be damned if I have like 4 kids and then you just drop and leave
In
me.
a prenup, like, you can put anything in a prenup. So you could put like if one parent becomes a drug addict, like the other automatically doesn't. You know, you can put anything in a prenup. Like, I mean, I don't think we'd probably put that in our prenup.
I think the kids would definitely be on there. Like, if
Yeah,
you just,
like-
I don't like her anymore.
Yeah, and then what would be in it for the kids? Like, the kids 100% go to you?
I mean, probably not. Just
No.
like an agreement we come to and money that you give me.
Or money you give me.
Oh, also, I'd probably do if you cheat on me. Yeah, if I cheat
Or if
on
you
you.
cheat on, cheating
if we cheated
ones.
on each other.
And I think it would probably be like prenup in the sense of like money in the sense like, because we don't want to screw each other.
No.
And also I feel like a prenup, it's like, does if things go that south, like it makes things not bad. Because you could put in like, okay, if we're getting a divorce of some sort, like
I feel like it's
this amount of money's already like, 'cause,
Yeah.
like you already have that settled.
I think it's already safe. Like it's just very safe and
Yeah.
responsible in a sense.
I feel like
Yeah.
it's more responsible than anything. And nowadays,
You can't be sure.
what the heck? All right.
What that's not what you're gonna say.
No.
I just can't be sure.
What would you like to be famous for?
I didn't
Like
know it
if
made
you
it
could
like
be
that.
famous of anything in the world, what would you be famous for?
That's funny.
Like it doesn't like.
I
Anything.
know. I know. If I wanted to be famous, do I have to pick? I don't know if famous would be cool.
Like you could pick a skill. Like you'd be like, oh, you say you're not good at singing, but like if anything.
Maybe like, you know how the people walk on the wires
Oh, what the.
across the mountains. I'll probably be famous for that. Or like, solo rock climbing, where you don't have like a parachute.
So
or
nothing that
anything.
you could potentially do.
I mean, if I like really wanted to be, I feel like I would have to be like Mount Everest.
I was gonna say
vibes.
something boring like, oh, well, famous for doing video stuff, but
That could be yours. I mean, it doesn't matter that I'm cooler than you, though.
I always thought you were gonna pick like training or something. All right, well,
But
you
like
got
people,
some work to
people
do.
like know my name. Like I feel like that would be cool. Like top tier. That's like
If you could invite anyone in the world to dinner, who would it be? Dang, that's a hard one. Anyone in the world. Anyone in the world. There's so many people that I would want to talk to just because, like, to see how they actually were in person.
Martin Luther King Jr.
It's in the world. He's not in the world no more.
Oh, they have to be alive.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we could do dead. Dead would make it way easier.
Okay, easier.
Yeah, because there's so many cool people.
I know, me too. That's why I was like, probably Mac Miller.
Okay, so we're going with the dead thing.
Yeah, and I just fripped from a president too.
For me, it would probably be like an old like president of some sort, like Abraham Lincoln
That would be insane.
or like George Washington.
I'd probably ask to like wear his hat.
That's funny you said that. I
Abraham
just watched a video today of like someone who was in the Smithsonian museum or something like that, the President's Hall,
Yeah.
and they showed. I guess we have the hat that
His
he
hat.
wore that when he got
that
assassinated.
Freaking model.
Yeah, I would probably do like Abraham Lincoln or someone like that. Abraham Lincoln's my favorite president. That's why.
I mean, obviously, Abe Lincoln.
Well, my top 5 presidents are weird.
Okay, shoot, let's go. Give it to him.
So number 1, should I start with 5?
Yeah, you got a 5-1.
So
you
I
gotta go
technically have
5.
6
You gotta
in my
go-
top 5.
Oh my god,
'Cause
yeah,
my
but you have a top
5
6 then.
My top 5, my 5 is tied,
Okay, we'll start at 5.
and that's the tied one.
Okay.
This is a weird one. People are gonna say it's fake, but it's not. It's Obama and Donald Trump.
Oh my gosh.
They are tied for number 5 for me, because I feel like for them, they both like were like growing up and seeing Obama, like he was younger, like he was a younger president. He had swag to him. He didn't feel like when he was coming, he didn't feel like a normal politician. He felt like he was like a political outsider.
Yeah.
And I almost had that same feeling when Trump in 2016, not in 2020. I didn't support him in 2020, but in 2016 when I voted for him, kind of, I was like, oh, he's the political outsider. So I would say him. Yes, I don't know if I still have that feeling for him this time.
Okay, 4.
So 4 is I would say FDR. Yeah, FDR.
3.
2 and 3 are interchangeable. I'll do Teddy Roosevelt.
Okay.
Teddy Roosevelt. So he's arguably number 2. So Teddy Roosevelt was a Rough Rider.
Mm-hmm.
So he would literally go like he was like the Navy SEALs of that time. But he would go he would go on horseback and be in the front lines and then run and be like, ah! He just wanted to be in battle.
You love
but
that.
no.
Okay.
So then, also when he became president, you know who Booker T. Washington is? Okay, no, but so he was in the White House on Teddy Roosevelt's first day and introduced himself to Teddy Roosevelt, and Teddy was like, "Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Come for dinner with me and we'll talk." And so that was the first thing he did while in office, and then like all the publications said, first thing Teddy Roosevelt does in office has a black man, and this is him to have him. So then what does Teddy Roosevelt do? He has him for dinner on a regular occasion for then out, and then purposely had him in meetings. But then on top of that, after his presidential election, after he served his terms, I think it was Kraft or William Taft was a Republican that served him. Teddy Roosevelt was a progressive Republican, but the guy who followed him, I think it was Taft, was very conservative, and he didn't like his own party, and so he left his own party and started the Bull Moose Party, and then in the middle of a speech, running as a third-party candidate to try to get a third term, he gets shot and finishes his speech while shot.
So most of the reasons are
well, hold on. Finish his speech while shot, and then people asked him like, "Oh, what happened?" Asked him like what happened like after he got shot or in the next speech or something like that. He said it takes more than one shot to kill a bull moose.
Okay, so most of the reasons of your list is not really political at all. It's for personal reasons.
No, it's political.
Well, most of it. Okay, so what's number one? You never finished.
Well, number two is JFK, John Kennedy. I just liked him and his stories. And number one is Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, we started there.
Yeah.
Cool. Cute. New question.
Well, that wasn't part of the question at all. Okay. If you could gain one skill overnight, what would it be?
Backflips.
Ooh, mine would just be speak any language, any other language other than English. Preferably some like a really hard one like Chinese or something like that. Because I feel like that's
go
something
straight to fun. I think it'd be fun if I could do backflips anywhere I wanted to, or like tucks.
You're very useful with that new skill.
I knew exactly 2 backflips. Yeah.
Have you ever been able to do like gymnastics stuff?
On a trampoline when I was like 4, but like,
Me never.
I can still do splits. That's like the coolest my body can do.
Okay, here's a dating question or a relationship question.
Are we dating?
What 3 things do we have in common?
Okay. The first one is probably running or like exercising.
Like exercising, we would put that in.
Exercising, first category. 2.
I would say 2 would be. We both have a good person. Like we like joking around, making jokes.
Yeah,
probably more than the average couple. Or so we're a little weird.
So we're a little foolish and weird. Yeah. That's probably number 1. And then.
Well, there's no particular order.
No order, obviously, but the third one.
Maybe there's an addicted personality.
Yeah. Probably that. We both have addicted personalities. That's funny. That's probably like I lied. That's definitely our main similarity.
Okay. Now we're hopping into your questions.
God, but honestly, we have like so much in common. It's hard to remember what we have in common because we're so similar but so different. But anyway.
Okay, so we're going into Lexi's questions, and this is her first one.
What about the top ones? Why can't we just...
I'm just hopping through the ones that are most interesting, but here we go.
It's like, why do you have to say that?
No, because
Not flow.
no, look at this question. Would you rather be the last being in existence, witnessing the final moments of all life alone in the empty void, or the first of a new kind, an entirely new form of life or consciousness with no history, peers, or guidance, forging a new path in an unknown reality? My questions are like one line and yours is like a paragraph.
I wouldn't do number 2. I thought about doing number 2. Actually,
What do you mean? Oh, number 2 as the option. So you would so
option 1.
Let's narrow shorten these questions. It's either be the last person witnessing the last moment on Earth, or being the first person witnessing the first moments in the universe. I guess instead of Earth, like witnessing the last moments of the universe or the first moments of the universe.
I might do last because I feel like it's kind of cool, like celebratory, like hell yeah, like peace out, Girl Scout. But like,
Yeah.
like I imagine myself like sitting on top of a mountain and singing.
Well, the
all,
first
just, like,
moments is
dive
very
in.
boring. There's nothing there.
And I would be like, what am I supposed to do? I hope a stray dog comes out of the abyss with me and I have a pet, because if I'm by myself, I might die. Like, what am I gonna, like, is it just empty land, or are there buildings and I can get the pick on the first house?
So I'm thinking of. So I was originally the last moments.
Do you
because
make the rules?
You get well. I don't. I guess. Oh, if it was the first moments, you're God essentially. But see, so I was originally going to do the last moments, but I feel like that would be very, very traumatizing. I don't, because then you're living the rest of your life witnessing all your friends and family dying, like everyone dying. At least if you're witnessing the first, you're like a new beginning.
Yeah.
But then I guess you don't have the memories of all
I
your
totally
friends
would
and
just like
family.
drive myself crazy. Where did I come from? Like,
yeah,
I feel
there's,
like,
what
I
the
feel like entering a world when there's already humans around you, it's like so normalized. You have a baby, everyone's like, woohoo, join us.
Yeah, just
but then like
imagine popping
imagine
up-
being the first one and being like, okay,
What?
I can,
A
like
lot
you
of
don't even
questions.
know if you can have a kid.
Do you
There's
even,
so many questions.
Do you even
You just
know how
don't
to
know
talk?
anything.
You create your own language then, right?
You do. You're literally
Is that what? Is that
like
your
you're
first
not
word you
you're
made
not
up?
saying hello, because
You don't even
hello
know.
like hello is a word we've made up.
Yeah.
Or just like I'd probably scream the first time. I'd probably just Just be like, or like try to cut myself, or like stab
I
myself.
bet you'd sound a lot like how deaf people sound like, because deaf people just, they never hear their voice, so they're making sounds without knowing what hearing
I guess
is.
you have
and
to.
so-
I guess you'd probably instantly discover all the senses
Yeah.
and be like, you would name those. Oh my gosh, I can hear if there's sounds. Oh my gosh, I can see. Oh my gosh, I can touch
You're probably so
things.
scared. You're like,
Yeah. Or
Right.
you're like, this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. There's so many. We should make a movie, a small little film, short film, first person on Earth.
all right. Here's another question. What do you value most in a friendship? So, for me, I'll go first. Let you talk. Think. For me, it's just like that. Those little chimes, because like being like those. What's up? Like being on Instagram or text those. Haven't talked to you in a while. What's up? Just those quick little what's ups. You
Yeah.
know? And I think because like it's not like as you get older, the less I feel like you have, the farther distance, at least for us, you move away from friends, people move away. So then, seeing each other is harder and harder. So just those little chime-ins, like, hey man, how you doing? Hey, just even if it's like a quick like an Instagram story nowadays, or it's like a social media, and like just chiming in on one of those, I appreciate those.
My stories that question's actually about my solo. It's gonna be about friends. But I'd probably say like trust and loyalty, like just like ride or die loyalty.
Yeah.
In every phase of life, because my friends that I have and that I consider friends, I've known for a while, like years, and to be at a place in your life where you're watching your friend grow from afar and love them and root for them in every aspect, even though you don't talk every day, or even if you do talk every day. Because, like, my friends, we still have a group message, but, like, even if we're not like getting deep every day, or if I don't see them every day, every stage in life, like they're always there. Like they've always been there. And I feel like there's something very special in finding friends that like they're there when you're not doing good, and they're like, what the hell are you doing? Keeping you in your place. They're there. They've always believed in you. Always think you can achieve greater than you, that you like think you can. Keep it to you straight. No drama. There's like no reason to have drama, day-to-day drama with your friends if they're like really friends. So like I think just like having people there that truly love you is like pretty. I think like the love between friends is like amazing. People that just truly love you for like no freaking reason and stay there all the time.
No, I think that I probably should have said something deeper like that, because that was really good. That's kind of like what I wished as well. But I feel like, yeah, your friend group is also a rare friend group that's been around since high school, before high school, middle school?
High school.
Dang. All right. One more. What if you discover habits or behaviors in each other that you find difficult to live with? How do you address these issues without causing resentment or hurt feelings?
So I put this on there because I've already experienced this with you when we moved in, when we lived together. And
oh, geez, first time hearing this.
You definitely do I probably do things that annoy you too, like move your stuff. But like his office and his desk will be a mess, but it'd be like, don't touch it, because you know where everything is. But there's no organization, no order, and I just feel like you literally grow up in two separate households your whole life, and then try to connect with someone, and then you move in together. That's a life-changing factor. I think for us, mostly, like, we kind of are the same, but it's bad because you can let clutter be clutter all the time, or not even saying reasons, and like I'll be like in a depression for like 3 days and I won't touch. Anyway, so basically what you do to deal with it, you speak about it, because sometimes he'll be like, okay, I'll just move it there, like there's no big deal, while you're like spiraling in your head like, oh my god, I freaking hate him, he always puts his shoes there. If you make effort to be like, dude, put your freaking shoes here, maybe he'll move them. But like, when it all comes down to it, they're always gonna act the same. They will always be, they'll always just live their life the way they've always, like boxers on the ground before getting in the shower. Like there's things you can ask, but it's like, I'm gonna put up with it and just move on. I kick
them into the laundry room after.
Yeah, I will say sometimes I will just cuss at the wall when he does things that I don't like. But then I also look myself in the mirror and I'm like, you're acting like your mother. And it's just like, because nothing's like ever that serious.
Have you seen those like Allstate commercials? I think there are, when it's like they're training the people that are like in their 30s and they're starting to act like their parents.
No, I haven't. But like
you're not your mom.
Yeah, I'm like, you're starting to act like your mom, because then it's like, in reality, there's always gonna be just like, you want a home that's lived in. Yeah. There's no reason everything should be in order all the time, and your cuckoo order is not the same as, my cuckoo order is not the same as your cuckoo order. No. So, I mean, and we don't disagree on a lot at all, honestly. We have a very clear and like chill. But as far as disagreements, like, just ask nicely. If it bothers you that much, you might have to break up with them, because if I literally was like, if I see another sock on this ground, I'm breaking up with you. We'd probably be broken up like 2 years.
Yeah. No, I think it's just, like, it's all about just addressing it and not in a non-combative way. And just, yeah.
Yeah, because when I do scream at you, you're always like, you're so annoying. And then when I don't scream at you, you're like, yeah, sure, I'll move the sock. Until you're joking, and then you put more socks on the ground in place of.
Sometimes I do the opposite.